Hello, I've looked at some of the comments on my last post and I realise I want to make my position really clear. So, although I think that Priti Patel and Liz Truss, in their pursuit of the Rwanda option, are defying the conventions that we signed up to in 1951 to look after refugees should they approach our country for support, however they get here. Although I think that's my main objection, I am equally appalled by Priti Patel's bullying and dismissive attitude to civil servants, those people who work for her, those people who do the work that so many of our ministers don't seem bothered to do, those people who do the praising that Liz Truss apparently demands. Oh, that's too long. Let's have it in a shorter form so I can actually be bothered to digest it. That's what Liz Truss writes to her civil servants. She wants things to be brief and to the point. And of course, then we are not surprised when in meetings she doesn't know the detail, because she's never been given it, because she's always demanded summaries, and brief summaries at that. It's the contempt of civil servants which I think is the most heinous part of this Rwanda report. And that is that if you turn to a civil servant, if you turn to somebody who is going to spend the time and is going to have the authority to investigate and do some work and produce 11 comments, and then you ignore them, well, that's one thing. But to then write to the High Court, which is examining all the background to this case, and say, ignore the 11 points made by this specific civil servant. What are we saying about the people that we employ to work for us? What are we saying about the contempt with which ministers are treating civil servants? Why are we surprised that we don't have enough civil servants to staff the Home Office? Because presumably they are treated with contempt. We already know that there are allegations of bullying. What we need is more civil servants to staff the Home Office, to process the applications for asylum, so that we can then start, if necessary, getting rid of those people who don't meet the requirements. We can't do that, actually, legally or practically or morally, until we know how these applications fare. But it may well be that nobody really wants this job. This is a poisoned chalice, because you have to deal with people who are going to say, well, let's have your information. Let's have all the information you've got. Smaller, briefer, one sentence, summary. I don't want to see all your work. Or just, I treat you with contempt. And then later on, your opinion doesn't matter. Not to anybody, not even to the judge. No, you are irrelevant. Well, if that's the way we treat people who are working for us, we shouldn't be surprised when they stop doing the job. We really shouldn't be surprised.